In this tutorial, we'll learn how to configure consumer interactions with workbooks in Oracle Fusion Data Intelligence, or FDI. Using Present mode, workbook authors can curate how consumers interact with workbooks. This ensures consumers have a focused and streamlined interface that highlights the most relevant data. In this scenario, I'm an HR analyst preparing a dashboard for my company's executives. I'd like to limit some workbook interactions from the consumer perspective. I'll begin with my workbook in edit mode. I will click Preview to view the workbook from the consumer's perspective and check which features they can currently interact with. By default, consumers can interact with the toolbar to refresh data, show notes, export, and access the navigation menu to bookmark. Consumers can also create canvas filters, remove any existing filters, create expression filters, and set auto-apply filters. And they can currently interact with the visualization toolbar and menu to sort, copy, and export visualizations. The current default settings give my consumers a high level of interaction that could be distracting or too complex. I'll return to Edit mode and click Present to customize the consumer experience to limit some of these interactions and simplify the view of the data. I'll click on the Workbook tab to customize interactions across all canvases in this workbook. Or, if I have multiple canvases and I want to customize the interactions for just this canvas, I would click Active Canvas. I'll navigate to the toolbar and deselect Export, then Revert Personalizations and Custom Workbook Extensions. My consumers will still be able to use the toolbar to undo and redo, refresh data, and show notes. Next, I'll scroll to Filter bar and disable it completely, so my consumers will not be able to add or remove canvas filters. I want the data displayed to remain focused on my intended narrative. My consumers can still interact with the dashboard filters to refine their view of the data in this workbook. Now I'll scroll to Visualization Actions. I do not want my consumers to be able to copy or export, so I'll deselect them. To test my interaction settings from the consumer perspective, I'll click Preview. I can see that executives viewing this report can interact with the toolbar to refresh, show notes, and access the navigation menu, except for exporting this workbook. Since the filter bar interaction was turned off, they cannot add or remove canvas filters, which could drastically change the view of the data. My consumers can still interact with the dashboard filter controls as intended. And at the visualization level, consumers can sort or zoom, but not copy or export data. Now that I have configured how consumers can interact with this workbook data, my company's executives are ready to view the most relevant business data for their decision-making needs. Find more videos in this series and additional resources on using Fusion Data Intelligence in the links below.